Hello everyone, this is the day after the night before. Hope you all had a good bonfire night. There's one more day to go. I find mine on the Saturday, just because it's easy and there's no rush with getting back to work, etc. on the Monday. So yeah, all performed fairly well, to be honest. Most very impressed with, some not so. But on the whole, yeah, it was a very good night. We had a lot of fun, and the audience enjoyed themselves as well, which is great. My GoPro failed, so I'm on mobile phone footage for the display, so some of the videos might not be as good as I'd hoped. But we will see how that goes. So I'll start with the smallerish, or should I go in the order I fired? Because what I started with was just some low noise. So the humming hornets, as predicted, the kids absolutely loved it, and the adults as well were sort of doing Harry Potter impressions. Apparently it's very Harry Potter like. I've not seen any of the Harry Potter films, so I can't comment, but apparently there's some scene that's a bit like it. I presume with some magic or something. So yeah, it went down really well. And then we followed that up with Moonfall from Evolution, which for a low noise firework, obviously, look at the tubes here. So they are 25mm, I think, tubes. So they have got quite a big punch to them when they go up. So yes, the bursts were very quiet. The launch obviously is quite thuddy. That was noticeable. So yeah, in terms of the colours, spot on, really nice, exquisite firework. Slightly on the expensive side, but it's 25mm, and it was decent, and it was really good quality in terms of colours and effects. It was a bit smoky, but that was because of the wind more than anything else, I think. But yeah, it was a decent piece. And then what I did was I lured the crowd into full sense of security, and then found one of these lying around. I think I bought a box of them a long time ago. I got one left. So we chucked in a Miner's Revenge 2, which is 30mm. It didn't quite go all at once, and that just might be because it's a few years old now. But anyway, that certainly took everyone by surprise. And it was good. It really worked well, so I might be doing that in future years with some of the different dump cakes. Just chuck one in after a quiet sequence just to shock people, which was really good. I can't remember where I went from there. Oh yeah, we did the gemstone stuff down here, so fairly decent, to be honest. Not going to set the world on fire, but great value for money, and the quality of the effects was decent as well. So they did hold their own, didn't look out of place. Good sized bursts, and the same with the 3 wise monkeys. So that was the 4 elements there. They were alright, and the 3 wise monkeys there as well performed admirably. What I will show you actually is, so the 3 wise monkeys there, 16 shot, tube size probably 20mm, but then you've got Moves Like Jagger, which is also a 16 shot, but 25mm, so the bigger bore size, slightly bigger cake obviously, but there's not going to be much difference on price, but obviously they were very powerful. I'll talk about that one in a bit. So yeah, the gemstone stuff, impressed. Strobe soup wasn't quite as colourful or as stroby as I thought, but again, burst size wise, 25mm tubes, phenomenal performance. Wouldn't look out of place with Cat 3, to be honest. What I've found with a lot of the Celtic stuff is that they do perform along the lines of Cat 3, and I'm not really sure they should be mixed in with the F2 stuff. I'm going to set things like that off further back, I think, in future years, just because compared to the smaller bore stuff, yeah, it did look quite overpowering. So yeah, I'll have to sort that out for future use. What else do we have? The Dum Bum. I tell you what, I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. For something that's so small, which it is, 20mm I think, phenomenally loud. Yeah, and gave the 30mm a run for the money. So yeah, stand corrected, very loud. If you like your noise, then that's something for you. Personally, for me, obviously I'm not a massive noise fan. And then, so we've got the Wild West pack, and it was a bit of a mixed bag. My favourite one I thought was going to be Golden Canyon, because I thought it had purple and yellow, but the quality, it was just a flash in the sky and it was gone. Really poor effects. I'm sorry on that one. That's going to get marked down. Golden Canyon, real disappointment. But some of the other ones, so was it Lawman? Was quite decent. Gunslinger the Blues, not so apparent really. Silver Dollar was okay, I think, and Outlaws. Tombstone had some nice greens in. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. What it could do with, if it were me, Golden Canyon needs completely changing and replacing with some something with purple in or yellows, and likewise with Lawman, it could do with just another colour effect in there, because there's lots of reds. I think there's 3 different ones with reds in there. So yeah, it could just do with mixing up a little bit. But no, the rest of them fairly decent, to be honest. Don't look out of place in a smaller garden, but when you're comparing them, I know they're 25 shots, but if you're comparing them to these, then there's no contest really. The gemstone ones are going to win over the black cat ones, unfortunately. The burst size, not very good, quite weak. These were more perfect in terms of their shape and roundness. In fact, I tell you what, let's have a look at the NECs then, and we can hopefully, I'll just pause. In fact, hang on, I've got the NECs up here on this one. Ooh, stand by. So yeah, as if by magic, we've got the NECs there. So Black Cat's 108 grams NEC versus Gemstones at 150 gram. And then tube size again. So I mean, they are similar price range. I think these are probably going to be about a tenner, and they're going to be about a tenner. I mean, they're both in packs, so you've got to differentiate. But yeah, that is right. So the double pack is 120 quid, and there's 6 fireworks, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So yeah, they're similar price range, but the quality's better in a gemstone. So it is worth looking at the NECs, and if you know what the tube size is as well, because they were nicely formed breaks, good quality, nice punch, and these were a bit poppy, and yeah, not imperfect breaks, and yeah, just not as good. So it does pay to sort of do your homework around things. I'm not too bothered. I mean, I am a bit disappointed in, like I said, Golden Canyon, but yeah, it just sometimes it does pay dividends to do that. But overall, it wasn't too bad, because I fired all these in pairs, all the Black Cat stuff, so it kind of compensated in a way. What else? We'll move on. So I did a little fan effect there with the 2 sorceries. Yeah, fine. It's just a bit of a weird mishmash kind of cake, and look at the packaging in there. It's not even a fanned piece, it's a straight shot, but there's just air in it. So yeah, it was alright. Paired together, not too bad. If it was fired on its own, just a bit average. Yeah, the bad boy stuff, fantastic. Can't complain. Very punchy, as I thought it would be. Nice big breaks. Not bad quality of effects as well. So yeah, really not massive difference between sort of these and the leaders, really, I have to say. So Bad Boy Diamond, credit to you. Certainly improved my opinion of the brand. Obviously, yeah, the quality compared to, say, the Celtics of the world, slightly, but to the untrained eye, it's not massive difference, to be quite frank. And then Spectrum, unfortunately, I fired Spectrum off the back of Marvel, the colour changer, which was fabulous, and the height of the mines is phenomenal. Doesn't really need to do that, I suppose, but yeah, fired it off the back of that, which made it quite smoky, because the wind wasn't particularly blowing the smoke away. So unfortunately, and crossettes can be quite smoky, to be honest. But nice colours. Yeah, the smoke just spoiled it a little bit for me. But I'll post a video on there. But I do love a good crossette, and the spread was lovely. But because of the smoke, I don't know if that just took some of the colour out of the breaks. Some just didn't seem to have quite the vibrancy of the videos I've seen, but they've been filmed on nice crisp nights where obviously it's quite vibrant. But I'll stick the video up. It was alright. Shrill Witch, fired that as a double, and worked really well actually as a double. On a single, but as a double, really nice. Had a good impact. People seem to like it because of the spinners. Serpent's Attack, really pleased with that one. Is that the one with the mixed? I'll just if I can get the camera in there. Mixed bore sizes in there, so combination of effects, really good, high quality mixed effect cake. I was really impressed with that. I'd quite happily have that again. That was one of my favourites from the display as well. So I thought that went really well. Ritzy Glitzy is okay. I think it's just showing its age a little bit. Fireworks have improved. It's been out a long time now, but yeah, it was okay. Moves Like Jagger was good. Again, performance wise, for a 16 shot f2, nice big bore sizes there. So yeah, a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Really enjoyed that. Nice colours, and obviously those little swimming serpents as well. Made for a bit of variation after sort of firing the more standard type effects that you get in those sort of things. So it's nice to have some variation. So kudos to Celtic for sorting that one out. Nice cake. Would happily have that again. Again, the same with these two. So I thought from the very old video that I'd seen that Devil's Cauldron was going to be low noise, and boy was I wrong. Really big height, nice big burst, good colours. Really impressed with that. I thought it was going to be a bit of a pop, and it was certainly a bang. So yeah, kudos again to Diamond. And then Bad Boy, the 25 shot, yeah, okay. It's not going to set the world on fire, but certainly in terms of impact, very good. Nice bursts. Not massive variations in colour, but punchy. And yeah, again, to the sort of the untrained eye, as it were, you wouldn't necessarily know it was a more budgety type brand. So quite impressed. Where should we go? Let's go for this. Push it to the limit. What can I say about that beast? I mean, yeah, so it looks like 25mm tubes there. Spread amazing. Mine lifts amazing. I keep forgetting when I'm filming with my phone, I tend to concentrate on this sky rather than the mine lifts. So my video certainly won't cover all the mine lifts until I sort of started to realise. But spectacular mine lifts, spectacular breaks. The colour range, phenomenal. As an effects kind of guy, this was right up my street. I'd happily have that again. It's going to get a really high score off me this year when I pop the video up. So highly recommend that. If you've got the space to do it, great fun. And yeah, everyone loved that one. It was a real crowd pleaser. And then, so butterfly bugs. This is interesting. So butterfly bugs for me shouldn't be Cat 2, should be Cat 3. I did from the video get an inkling that the butterfly, sort of the bug section, the flying fish, looked like they burst very low. And because my garden's on a bit of an incline as well, that was even more apparent. So yeah, it needs to be way further back than a Cat 2. And I'll learn if I ever have it again. I don't know. It just the concern for me was, is it going to start setting off other fireworks because it was bursting that low? But then the top breaks were absolutely fine. Yeah, the flying fish sort of section, the spread burst way too low for my liking. But no, it's okay. It just wasn't as impressive as I thought it was going to be. The Funk one, again, I was a bit apprehensive of this one. It was brand new and it's funky, so I had to give it a try. and very much perform like the video, I have to say. So yeah, I don't think the videos that I've seen have been doctored or anything. They are as they are shown. Colour wise, obviously I'm an effects guy, so there was colour in there, just not quite enough for my liking. But certainly very high impact, very quick, over with very quickly, and it was fired right before push it to the limit. So we had two very quick sections of the display. But yeah, it is good. It's just, yeah, it depends on what effects you like more. I would say push it to the limit has it over the Whistling Palms from Funky, but that's just personal preference. It is high quality. And then Remix here from Prestigious. Again, highly recommend this one. Really vibrant colours, a nice mix of effects. It's got those nice swimming stars section that were really bright, lit up the whole area, and plethora of effects. It has a ghost effect section in which I wasn't quite enamoured with. I don't know what it is with ghost effects. It just it seems to have a bit of like an aftertaste to it that I don't know. Jury's out on that. But apart from that, the golds in it, absolutely phenomenal gold sections in it. The last bit with all the golds in, absolutely phenomenal. So that was a real pro piece, and I was really impressed with that one. So yeah, highly recommend that one. Don't regret it. It's a lovely cake. Savage again, Bad Boy. Yes, the brakes aren't uniform. Obviously, it's small bore, or smallish bore. But what it does compensate for is, certainly towards the end, it's got some really nice sort of salvos, so like volleys that go up, you know, one after another. So they overlap, and that sort of detracts from the lack of a perfect brake. So yeah, lovely colours, and ideal for the smaller garden, to be honest. And for the price compared to some of the others that are a bit samey, yeah, I think it's still got good value, and it's still a decent cake. And I was again pleasantly surprised by it. So again, kudos to Bad Boy and Diamond for that. And then we move on to the finale. So I had a bit of a fuse failure with Sucker Punch. I didn't want to go back to it because the Talon had lit. So I wanted to give it some time. So I haven't fired it, unfortunately. I've always got the reserve fuse if I need to try and salvage it, but I'm going to give that a go for New Year and see. And then, for whatever reason, it could be my fusing technique. The low noise slice cake didn't work either. But I normally get 2 failures per display. It seems to be the way. It doesn't matter if you use Talons or E-matches; they're not always as perfect. Or if they get knocked, I mean, these are big pieces, so all it takes is a little nick in the corner. I do tape the fuses and the main fuse as well, just to give it some stability. But if it takes a knock, you just never know. It might just upset it, and for whatever reason didn't fire. So, and then the final one, Hallmarks Dreadnought, which did fire, and was the tail end, I have to say, absolutely fine with. Lovely tail end section. Needs to finish on a fan rather than being a single shot. That wasn't to my liking. But it's not 30mm, is it? So it's 25mm, and I could tell in terms of burst size, it wasn't massively apparent. So for a finale, okay, the beginning section I wasn't particularly enamoured with. It just needs more. It seemed like the beginning section, the effects weren't as quality, and the tail end section was really good, with some really nice quality and some nice exquisite effects. But the beginning 2 cakes for me, they need some kind of tweaking. It needs a bit more colour as well. If you're paying a lot of money for a firework, I'd like to see just a little bit more colour variation. But like I say, the end 2 cakes, spot on. First 2, probably need some tweaking a little bit. The comic tails right at the beginning, it just seemed out of place. I thought, oh, a bit low noise to start off, but it just, I don't know, it didn't look right for me personally. But all in all, very good display, I think, this year. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. And yeah, some nice new stars of the show. It's nice to fire some new kit and some brands that potentially I wouldn't fire normally, that turned out to surprise me, even the little Dum Bum. So yeah, on the whole, very good. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've had a great Bonfire Night weekend. As always, stay safe. Thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't already and you like this kind of thing, please subscribe to my channel. But I appreciate it, as always, all the support that my followers give, and the comments as well. So I really appreciate it. So thank you from me, and roll on New Year. Let's see what we can do for that. Take care. Bye bye.